Turn that AC down a little bit. It's gonna get hot in here, but it's all good. Well, on this episode, it's called Bill Haney Masterful Mouth Motherfucking Piece, right? Because that's what it is, a masterful mouthpiece. You know, he's talking about flat fees to, what was it, Shakur, negotiations with Regis Prograde, talking about 50-50 with Gervonta Tank Davis. And that's all cool and dandy and all, you know, on what he wants to offer or what he's willing to give up, or what Team Haney is willing to give up. That's all their prerogative, and it's also the other side's prerogative to say no, I'm good. You know, I agree with Floyd. Just because somebody, you have to go to Australia and somebody offered you this, take it or leave it, doesn't mean that it applies to everybody else. You know what I'm saying? And this is where that whole shot caller thing goes into play as well. This is where all that A-side thing comes to play as well. And that type of stuff is okay. You know, if that's the business plan that you guys want to partake in, or if those are the excuses that people want to partake in for why fights are not happening. You know, because the fight fans, as far as I'm concerned, you know, I don't care who fucking gets what. You know what I'm saying? I don't care who gets what. You know, that shit right there, it is what it is. You know, I want to see the fights happen. You know? And when people start talking about who should get what, who should get what, whether or not it's Bill Haney, whether or not it's Bob Arum, no matter if it's PBC, no matter who it is, the one thing that we never hear is marketability for the fight that they're going into. You know, that whole flat fee thing and all that stuff, that's cool and dandy and all, but what's the level of what do Shakur Stevenson offer to the fight? What does Regis Prograde offer to the fight for Team Haney and their pockets and their side? You know what I'm saying? Those are things that they don't talk about. You know what I'm saying? Because 9 times out of 10, nobody really wants to be real. They just want to talk about the things that they want to talk about. The importance of why somebody's going to get a flat rate and why somebody's not going to get a percentage. Those are the things that are of importance. You know, Bill Haney Devin Haney is undisputed, and Devin Haney and Team Haney should wear that thing proud, and fight fans should also acknowledge that who that guy is and what all those belts that he got means for the sport of boxing, and the accomplishments and the greatness that also comes with that as well. But you know, Tank Davis ain't undisputed, and rumors have it that they did 1 million pay-per-view buys, something that Team Haney hasn't done. You know, $80+ million, something that Team Haney hasn't done. And to bring up what Floyd said, which was help the black man out, or whatever he said that Bill Haney brought up in there, and be fair with the black man and all that stuff, right? Being fair with somebody doesn't mean they have to take they should take the low. Doesn't mean they have to take something ridiculous as a flat rate. You know what I'm saying? 30% will be helping the black man out. In my opinion, if I was Devin Haney, 35%. If I was them, 50%. I totally agree with them. If I was in their shoes, but I'm not in their shoes. So really, to tell you the truth, I wouldn't even know what I would do. But you know, it sounds good. 50%, not to give up. You know what I'm saying, to Regis or Shakur Stevenson. You know what I'm saying? But the marketability of a Devin Haney and Shakur Stevenson fight, and how much money that you guys are going to get for fighting those guys versus fighting the George or Jorge Cambosis over here versus fighting anybody else outside of those guys. You guys are going to have to find a dance partner. And that's just what it is. No, there's no ifs, ands, buts about it. You guys are going to have to fight a dance partner. If Devin Haney fights Gervonta Tank Davis, who's going to be contributing that? What the earnings, the P&Ls, or whatever you want to call it, the earnings from that fight? Who's going to be bringing in most of the money? Who's going to be putting up most of the money? And who's going to be bringing in all them pay-per-view buys? All them people in the stands, all them people at home, all around the world. So come on, man, y'all gotta cut that shit out. All that back and forth negotiating shit on Front Street is all good and dandy for the spectating eye. That's about it. That's all it is about. Because at the end of the day, really, to tell you the truth, what does that mean for fight fans? No or yes? Is Shakur Stevenson going to take the flat? Is Regis Prograis going to take the flat? You know, that's pretty much what we're looking at right now. Who's going to take the low that check, that low ass check? Who's going to take it? Me personally, like I said, I don't give a fuck. You know, but since we talking about it, and since everybody else is talking about it, and since he's talking about it, right, representing Team Haney to the fullest extent of the mouthpiece, you know, it is what it is. Another reason why a fight ain't fucking happening. You know, I don't know, man. It's so court of public opinion when it comes to negotiations is kind of fucking dead, man. You know, I mean, it's nice to hear the ins and outs and stuff like that in the sport of boxing, and see what really goes on and stuff like that. But still, you can't even gauge what's really going on, because you don't know what these dudes has been doing. You don't know what they're doing. You don't know what's really going on. Only thing we know is that he said, she said, and that's it. You know, but all around the world, it's the fucking same song. Not happening, Jack. And this year got some good momentum too. This year's been the best year in boxing in years, and that's thanks to a couple of fighters. You know, Anyway for one, Devin Haney. Who else we got? Tank. And a couple of other guys. Those are just, you know, it's been a good year. You know, don't go fuck it up for all the fight fans because of Front Street negotiations. Don't fuck it up now. I wish they just did whatever they need to do to make the fight. You know, I mean, it's their money, it's Shakur's money, Regis Prograis money, Devin Haney's money, man. But it takes two to negotiate, man. It's not just one person that just calling all the shots, and it takes two to tango, man. Y'all get it the fuck together, man. For real. You know, we had like I said, good year in boxing. You know, I agree with some of the stuff that Bill Haney says. I mean, he is right. He got all the belts. He is right. They only got flat fees. I mean, as far as I'm concerned, he is right about that. I mean, he's right about the pay scale of the fighters and stuff like that. He's right about who putting up the money. He's right about a couple things, but still, you're still leaving stuff out. You know, how much does these guys really offer to the fight? Should be one of the, because that right there is where most of your money gonna come from anyways. Most of your money's gonna come from who you fighting and how many people's gonna come to show up. And that's just what it is. I mean, how do we want to calculate this? You know, we could look at pay-per-views that went bust, pay-per-views that didn't do so good. Then we could take with those same fighters when they fight somebody that people kind of know, the numbers go up. You know, people be seriously acting like these dudes ain't none of them no pay-per-view star. Ain't none of them really as broken any records as far as view count. Ain't none of them is a household name, which is a shame to be undisputed. And I don't put that on the Haneys. I put that just on boxing in general. You know, I put that on that. You know what I'm saying? But it is what it is. I'm not going to sit up over here and argue with nobody about who should get what and stuff like that. I'm not going to do that. And that's damn for sure. I'm not about to argue with nobody about that shit. If people want to argue about who should get what and all that stuff like that, you know, maybe they should get in the business of boxing and get up in there and start telling folks what they fighter is willing to take and not willing to take, or what they willing to take and what they not willing to take, and see how far they get. I'm just saying that it's them. It's those three guys. It's up to them on how these negotiations gonna go. It ain't up to me. It ain't up to nobody at home sitting on the couch. It's up to them three, and that's just what it is. You know. I don't. But guess what? They're gonna have a whole bunch of people on the internet arguing about who should take what, who's ducking, who's doing this, who's doing that. When I don't see that as a duck. You call somebody out and you don't get the offer that you want. You call somebody out and you don't, and your team can't offer. Of course, everybody wants to. Of course, everybody in boxing wants to be undisputed. Of course, everybody wants to be headlining on TV, be on pay-per-views and all that shit. You know, but at the same time, it's business. It's business. You know, and they can spin the block, wait their turn. You know, try to get their bars up, their marketability up. You know what I'm saying? They can wait their turn. All them dudes is young, but like the boxing game is, y'all. We seen how long it took us to get this Crawford and Spence and Crawford fight. Folks, see how long it took us to get that. Now how long it's gonna take us to get something popping with Devin Haney. You know, a nice, good scrap that would bring a lot of the fight fans out, a lot of the casuals out, the media, everybody out, everybody talking about it. Let's see what that could do. Thanks y'all for stopping by, man. I knew there was 3 people out there. Now there's 2. Then there was 1. Now there's 2. Thank y'all for stopping by. You know, that's how I put it, man. Straight up. All 3 of them dudes, man. All 3 of them dudes will make a nice fight for Devin Haney. That's how I put it. All 3 of them dudes, man. All 3 of them dudes. I think a lot of people would come and watch the damn fight. I think it'd be good for boxing. But like I said, I agree with Devin Haney. I wouldn't If I was in, I'm just saying, if I was, I'm speculating that if I was in their shoes, I wouldn't give none of them 50. But when he said that shit about Tank, y'all the B-side on me. Oh shit. Y'all the B-side. Man, and I feel for and I know Tank Davis, man. I know his baby moms and them chicks. I know they hurt. All they have to do is be a team player. Team motherfucking player. Team fucking player. I know they mad as hell. I know they mad as hell when they have to log on and see that dude counting money. Another thing, I'm happy that that court case didn't stick with Devin Haney. I'm happy about that. That was a good thing. It didn't stick. I'm glad that they got pulled over. Nobody got hurt. It's nice to see that sometimes the law does work. It's nice to see that, like I said, sometimes it does work. You know what I'm saying? That's a good thing. You know, he's a good dude. I mean, you know, he don't be out here in these streets fucking up like these other cats, man. It's a real good thing that them shits didn't work. Them shits didn't stick on his ass. But you know, we gonna see what happens, man. All that Masterful mouthpiece shit on the internet. You know, that's cool and dandy and all, man. But we really gonna see what's gonna happen coming up in the next couple of days, weeks, month, on who we gonna fight next. I'm talking about Devin Haney. We're gonna see how these negotiations go. We're gonna see who gonna bite first. Because I understand that, you know, you can't just show your hand and then you know, you gotta let the game play. You gotta see what everybody else is doing. See how they play before you bust a move. A lot of people want to fight Devin Haney. A lot of people ain't putting up the money. We know that. But it is what it is. But what any side gets is whatever they offer and whatever they accept. Ain't none of my goddamn business. And shout outs to everybody in the whole entire boxing world, and everybody stay sucker free.